Hi everyone and welcome to the channel. Well, it's getting closer for me to off. That's right, I'll be going on my trip through France, through Spain and onto the Canary Islands. So it's time to get prepared. Yeah, so it's time to get prepared on my trip, and I'll be travelling through France and Spain. Most of the regulations seem to be aimed at France, and I've done research and these are a few items on my checklist that I need to go on my travels across on the ferry to France, to Spain and then to the Canary Islands. So basically I need my documents. I've got all my documents prepared, my logbook, insurance, everything like that. Obviously passport, driving license. I've taken multiple copies as well, just in case they do need copies, not just seeing them, but if they need to keep some copies. I think once I went through Spain on a ferry and they did need to keep a copy of the vehicle documents when I was booking the ticket, so I've got all that prepared as well. But there's a few things that I need for the vehicle. Let's see what I've got. So I will need one of these. Let's see what it is. Yeah, so I've got here a warning triangle. Puts together something quickly like that. There's my warning triangle. In case of breakdown, you need to put that behind your vehicle. So that's one thing that I need. Next thing I need on the checklist is I have some anyway, but I bought a kit. I've got some spare bulbs. So spare bulbs, just in case I need to change any. You need to have it as well, so I've got that. Next up, I've got my hi-viz jacket. You're meant to have a hi-viz jacket. I've got one. I've got several actually, but that's one there. And you're meant to be able to keep that in your vehicle. So if you break down, you're able to put that on before you get out of the vehicle. So it's no use having it in the boot. It does need to be accessible from inside the vehicle, so you can put this on before you get out. Next thing you need, first aid kit. So I've got one of those as well. Whether I know how to use it, I don't know, but you need to have a first aid kit on your checklist, so I've got that as well. Also you need, for France, where have they gone? Here they are. Personally, I don't drink, but anyway, you need, I've got two of these. You need to have breathalyzer kits with you as well. So I suppose in theory, if you've had a drink or two and you're just wondering whether you're safe to drive, you use one of those to let you know. So I've got that on the checklist as well. Next, I have the light deflectors. These are obviously, we're going to be driving on the other side of the road and the beams are going to be pointing in people's eyes, so you need to put these on. I think I need to find myself, wait till it's dark at night and find myself a wall, and I think that will help me put those on. So you got your main beam or light deflectors on there. And also with my vehicle being over 3.5 ton, then it's like lorries, you need to have blind zone stickers for France. And here are the stickers. It says here angles morts, which does that mean dead angles? Translation, but you need to put these on your vehicle as well to make it legal to go abroad. And also you need some stickers or for your number plates. So I've got some stickers here which would go on your normal number plates, but my number plate on the back is a square one, not a long one, so they won't fit. So also what I've got as well, if you don't have those stickers, I've got UK stickers. So I'm going to put UK stickers on as well, so I've got both on, and then I'm 100% okay with that. Now finally, what I need on my checklist is, I'll put a little map up here, but basically I'll be going through France into Spain, and all along the border there's a zone, and in that zone then between I'm not too sure if the dates, but I think it's from the 1st of November and I think it goes right through till the end of March. Then this zone is marked as a winter zone. So your vehicle has to have winter tyres, and they have to be of a certain grade, and you can tell if your tyres are correct because they will have a certain mark on there. Now if you don't have winter tyres, and my tyres are not winter tyres, then you need to have snow chains. So I bought myself some snow chains, even though I've done some research, and I'm going to be more or less along the coastline as I'm going into Spain. And I've done some research, and I can't find that the road that I'm going on is listed anywhere as part of, because only certain roads you need to have snow chains. I can't find it listed on there, but just to be safe and sorry, because if you get stopped and you're in the winter zone area and they suddenly decide, they can decide, right, we're going to make this you know, a winter zone, this road that you need to have snow chains. I've got them, because if you don't, it's €135 fine. So better to be safe and sorry. I've got snow chains as well. So that's on my checklist, more or less done. Obviously I've got a breakdown cover, health cover as well, but that's my checklist. So I'll need to go and fit these on the vehicle. So one of the things I forgot to mention on my checklist was for France what's called a crick air sticker, and what that is for the, you know, the environment, if you're going through clean air zones. Now my route actually going through France and Spain does not include me going through any clean air zones. Now I can go through the zone because I'm a Euro 6 engine. It's just you need to have a little sticker to go on your windscreen, which I've applied for, sent off for, but it's not turned up yet. So I've got all the paperwork to say that I paid for it, but like I say, it's not turned up yet. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll get here before I actually set off. Okay, so we're going to tackle the number plates first. So I've got this sticker here, and it needs to go, I don't know if you can see that, needs to go on there. I've got that screw in the way. I thought it was a screw, but it looks like some sort of pop rivet, so I'm just going to have to put my sticker around it basically. Okay, that's the sticker on, but just to be on the safe side, I'm going to stick one of these on the front as well. I got one for the back. Let's see. Right, let's go and do the same on the back. Okay, it's a square number plate you can see I've got here, but I think I'm going to stick this on anyway, just in case, and then put my GB sticker on as well. Okay, there's the stickers done. On to the next job. Okay, so it's time to put these stickers on, the blind spot stickers or angles, morts, however you want to pronounce it. So there needs to be one at the back on the right hand side and one on each side at the front. Now the regulations say it has to be between 0.9 and 1.5 meters. So we'll mark that off and see where that is. I thought I'd be able to mark it in the dirt, but there's not that much muck on there actually, so got a pencil. So I've got the halfway point, 1.2, I'll stick it on there. Okay, one down, two to go. And there we have it, we've got the stickers on the front here, and just nip round to the other side. Got the sticker, yeah, got the sticker there as well. So they have to be between 0.9 of a metre and 1.5 metres, and on the front they have to be within the first metre of the van. And then just on the back, the one I've stuck there, it's on the back. So 3 stickers. I got a pack of 4, so I've got 1 spare. Okay, that's the stickers done. So what I'm going to do is one of the jobs I've been putting off for a while. See, when I built this van, when I converted the ambulance, I didn't finish it to a pristine condition and then moved in. I sort of moved in halfway through building it, so it's more functional than anything else. But one of the things I'm going to do is, before I head off on my trip down to Tenerife, is sort out what's behind this door here. Yeah, so this is my, like, comes a bit of a storeroom, cloakroom, but it's also, as well, get it open, the bathroom. So let me show you here. So what's meant to happen is, eventually, but not now, eventually, I'm going to have a shower here. The idea is to have a shower here, and I'm going to be able to walk over the shower, and under this blanket here, just let me show you, you've got the window to the cab. So eventually I'm going to cut through there, so I've got access to the cab. Now at the moment it's not been a problem. You know, some people say, oh, you have to get outside and go in. Yeah, it's not been a problem. And if you've been parked somewhere and you want to get off quickly, obviously you can't just nip into the cab and drive off. But I've not been, you know, fingers crossed, I've not been in that situation yet. But anyway, so this is my plan eventually. I'm going to have the shower here, walk through there, and then this door, which is here, I want this door to eventually close off here like this. So it'll close off and make a corridor through to the cab. But I haven't sussed out yet how to do this, because it's on a hinge like this, and I could make it hinge so it closes here. By the way, this piece of wood is going to be the new door. But anyway, I don't want it to hinge here like this. I want for this to slide out and then cover here as well. So I haven't sussed out how to do that yet. But today's job is going to be the toilet here. Now, this is a unique toilet, and I'll show you why. Okay, you might get a better view of the situation from up there, but basically what we got here is the cassette toilet. Now, what's unique about it is it's also portable. I'll show you. You just pick it up and move it where you want, which is not ideal. So initially, the toilet was going to go there. That's where it was going to go. But when I was doing some work in the back, and I was drilling some holes in the side wall, just when I think I was fixing the water pump or something like that. When I was drilling through, I hit a structure. So the idea was to put that there, cut out a hole, and put the, you know, like the door there for the cassette toilet to empty it from the outside. But I'm not too sure what structure I'm going to hit. If it's going to be structural to the, you know, integrity of the body of the vehicle. So what I've decided to do is, rather than do that, is I'm going to have the toilet that way, cut a hole through, and the hole through there will go into a kitchen cupboard, and all I need to do is take the stuff out of the cupboard, and then I've got access to empty the toilet. Now, it's not that you're doing it every single day, so that is the plan. So this is the cupboard here. I've just emptied the cupboard, so you can see they've got the back there. That's where, when I plug in, that's the entry point for the electrics, which goes to the electric cupboard outside. So this is where I'm going to be coming through. So that's the hole cut. Let's see if I've made it big enough or it needs adjusting. Okay, that's now in place. That was a lot harder than I thought, having to, I suppose if you're doing it from the outside in a cupboard it's easy, but when you're trying to get down there and get your hand around the corner to get to the screws. But anyway, that's in. Basically it just comes out here and then out. Let's have a clean up. And I just had that pressing against the toilet to get it against there as I was screwing it up. So while I'm in work mode, another job that I'm going to do, which I've not ever finished off, is if I look under the sink. So at the moment under the sink I've got here this container for the wastewater coming out of the sink, which eventually that's going to go, and I'm going to put a tank underneath for the wastewater. But if I just move this, so you can see there I've got the hot and cold, and it just stops and it goes to the sink. Well, these pipes, I'm going to put some T-pieces in here, and these pipes are going to go along through the holes that I've got there. They're going to go through the holes there, across into the bathroom for the sink that I'm going to put there, and also one of the cold is going to come down here and down into the toilet for the flushing toilet. So if you're thinking, well, how have you been flushing the toilet if there's no water there already? All I've been doing is just using, filling up a jug with water and using that at the moment, but I'm going to put that in. So that's the next job to tackle. But I think cup of tea first and then we'll do it. So we're only going to get so far with this job because I've got enough isolator valves. I've got 3 isolator valves because when I put the hot and cold through to the bathroom, I need to hot and cold off there, and then I need to isolate the cold to the toilet as well. So that's those 3. Now I've got 2 T-pieces and I need 3. So what I'm going to do is get the piping through, hot and cold, through to the bathroom, and then when the other pieces arrive, which I'll order shortly, and then all I need to do is just to cut into the pipe and branch off to feed the toilet. Right, at least we can get that done. Let's do that. So what I'm going to do is prepare these ends. I'm going to put the valves on before I feed them through. It just makes it easier because there's more space to work in here. So basically what you need to do is get your pipe, get one of these, I find one of these tools is best. Put your pipe in there like that. I don't know if you can see that. Put your pipe in, give it a squeeze, and it'll just cut through your pipe. You got a nice clean finish. And then you got to get one of these, just these inserts. Now you must use these inserts because when you put this into the push fitting, obviously it has to push against that, and if you don't use these it could collapse and go out of shape and it could start leaking. So just need to push these on. So you've got a nice fit like that. Then if I get the valve, I'm just looking to see if it's meant to go a certain way or not. Doesn't look like it, and there's no signs on there whatsoever. So basically just get your fitting and push it on. Make sure it's all the way on, looks like it is, and then that is secure on. Now if you want to take them off again, all you need to do is push against this ring, just push it back in, and then it'll allow you to take the fitting back off. Okay, let's do the next one. Okay, that's on as well. Let's feed them through and then get them chopped and get them connected. Okay, I'll show you what I've done. So if we get under the sink, you can see now where before those just went to the sink. We've now got T-pieces, so we've got the hot and cold now going through there into the bathroom, and later on I'll cut into the cold and bring it across and down for the toilet. Okay, and if we look in the bathroom, look, you can see I've got the hot and cold there. I've left them quite long, just tuck them behind there for now, because I've left them quite long because I don't know exactly where I'm going to put the sink, whether I'm going to put the sink in the middle or have it to one side. I'm not too sure yet, because it all depends on where the waste is going to go, because I need to get underneath the vehicle, because if I was going to put the shower where I'm stood now, I was thinking of putting the waste through the floor and then having it going underneath outside. That's what I'm thinking of. The other option is I could have the pipe going inside along the floor just to the back and then through the floor that way. So I haven't decided yet which way to go. I mean, like I say, it's not urgent. So the moment of truth then, I'm going to turn the taps off, turn the pump back on, and see if the system pressurizes and we have no leaks. So let's have a look. Have we got any leaks? Doesn't look like it. And in the bathroom, no, we're all good there. So these are the pieces that we've got left. I'm not going to throw them away. I'm going to use them. Because the reason being is, at the moment, I fill my water tank by getting one of these, filling it up with water, and then what I do is I'll bring it here, just point the camera down so you can see it, yeah. So I'll bring it here, and then I have a little submersible pump which I put into the container, and that sucks up the water from the container into my water tank. So I don't have any filling point, so there's nothing on the outside, so it's very stealthy, so there's no filling point whatsoever. And so I've got a locker, another locker just at the other side of there, and what I'm going to do is inside that locker I'm going to put a filling point which connects to that pump, so it will suck the water out of the container and put it in, but I can do it from the outside without opening up the back doors. So for now I'll still need this bit of piping that's left, so I'll roll it up and tape it up, because waste not, want not, I'll be able to use it for something else. There you are, time to put them away. So it's time to charge up, because at this time of year there's not enough solar not enough sun energy to charge up my leisure batteries. So now and again I have to top up. So I've come to, I'll spin round, you can see nice and empty, but I've come to Aldi. So here I am at Aldi. Now as you can see, if I spin the camera around, so I'm in a parking bay for electric vehicles, but you can see there's space there. I moved well back, got the back in a bit of an overhang, so I'm not blocking any of the spaces. That's if someone was wanting to come and use as well. But at this time of day, it's a Sunday afternoon, it's 4:30, so the shop's shut, there's nobody about, and on this car park there's no restrictions. On some Aldi's you've got like 90 minutes, but on this one there's no restrictions because I'm going to be more than 90 minutes charging up. So if you look on my phone, you can see that at the moment the leisure battery's at about 24%. So what I'm going to do is hook up and start charging up, and I'll show you basically what I do. So what I have to do is find a charger, not a rapid charger, just a normal charger up to 7 kilowatts. So that's not rapid by today's standards. And normally the Pod Point network is a good network for me. So here is the Pod Point. We got the Pod Point here. I'm going to connect into. Just got to get my cables out of the locker down here, plug into here, and then it's round to the other side where the electrics are, where what you could say is where the magic happens. Right, let's get plugged in. So I've got the cable in the van there. Here's the other end, which is to go in here. So this is what happens. I come to the Pod Point, I look for the connection here, and then I plug in. So it's gone green to say that it realised that I'm plugged in. So we plugged in, we go around to the other side, and then we come to my electric cabinet here, and then I'll explain what happens. So I have a consumer unit here. Now this is for the electrics that's coming in. So, and I've got a test point here. So first of all, I'll turn it on, and I'll turn the test socket on, and that shows that there's power coming in. It shows what voltage it is, 247 volts, and these two lights here means it's a correct polarity. So everything's fine here. So you can see I've got my Victron unit here, and at the moment the inverter's on. So what I need to do now is just turn this on here, which will connect the Victron to the mains power, and we'll do that. Okay, the power's connected, but nothing's happening yet, and basically the sine wave, the phase from the electrics coming in, it's adjusting it so it matches the phase of the electrics supplying the van, and when they match it connects up, and so now mains is on and we're now charging. So that's it, we're good to go. I've just got to go onto the Pod Point now and tell it that we're charging, and then it's going to take some of my money. Right, let's do that. So good morning guys, it's nice and early this morning, so we're fully charged up. So it's reverse order to turn things off. Just let me show you once again that at the moment we're on mains charge and we're at float charging. You can still see here we've got the voltage on, 247 volts it says. Right, so all we need to do now is just turn this off. So turn the inverter off, and if you look here, right, so the mains has gone off, it's stopped charging, and we're just on the inverter now. And then if I turn this off completely, okay, the mains tester is off. unplugged from the charger. Okay, just need to get the cable, wrap it up, put it in the locker, and away we go. So I must admit, I do like my tools and I do like my gadgets, and I had trouble when I was doing the brakes, so I've decided to do an upgrade. So I don't know if you remember, when I was doing the brakes on the vehicle, trying to get the calipers off, I was trying to get them off with an impact wrench gun, whatever you want to call them. This is the one that I've got, and it just wouldn't do it. It just wasn't powerful enough. And so what I decided to do was I upgraded. There was something on offer on Amazon, and so I've gone for this one. That one's blue, this one's bright orange. Will that make a difference? Well, let's see. So this one here is 350 Newton meters. All you need to know is the bigger the number, the better it is. So this is 350 Newton meters, and this one is 1300 Newton meters. So 3 times as powerful, and maybe a little bit more. So let's see how it's going to function. So what I'm going to do is going to try and take one of my wheel nuts off using this, which I've always struggled with. So let's give it a go. Okay, so I'm going to try with this one. It's got the socket on. Just let me make sure I'm good. Yeah, I'm going in the right direction. So I'm going to try and take this nut off here. And as you can see, it's just not touching it. So let's get the new one out. Here's a new gun. Got it on there. Okay, and we'll go with this one. And as you can see, no problem. Let's put it back on then. So as you can see, the new one is working a treat. Now the old one, it did have some drill attachments on, so maybe that should have given me a clue that an impact wrench where you can use as a drill isn't going to be powerful enough. But this one, 1300 Newton meters, is working for me fine. Maybe the other one is okay for cars, but when you've got something that is classed as a heavy goods vehicle, you need something with a bit more power. So that's it for this week. Not much travelling, obviously, but just doing 1 or 2 necessary jobs and 1 or 2 other jobs on the van, getting ready to go. But next week, I'll be off. I'll be setting off from Castleford, heading south, going to the south of England, going to 1 or 2 places, visiting family as well. But do come along and join me for the journey. Once again, many thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you could like and subscribe, it would be much appreciated, and it doesn't cost you anything either. Once again, many thanks, and I'll catch you next time.